right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises due to the Most High.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodash.
All right, double honors unto the apostles and elders that rule well. Salutations to the elect. All right, we're back out here another Saturday, prophesying the downfall of this place called America. They'll get the ox with his own. That one. All right, let's start off. All right.
This is Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for.
And that's what it is, man. Hey, man, our people have not obtained that what they seeking for, man, which is the what? The truth, man. All right, our people are following all different types of vain philosophies, which ultimately is going to lead to their death, man. All right, because guess what? We're living in perilous times right now. All right, we in the last days of the last days, man. The last days of America, the last days of the rulership of the so-called white man. All right, and in them days, man, you're gonna have to look for what? A higher power, man. And we're gonna see all these things, all these vain philosophies is gonna be put to the test. All right, in these days, man. All right. All right.
But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Yeah, and that's why we say, Lord willing, we the elect, man. All right, Lord willing, we the elect, man. We didn't get it. We didn't get this information, all right, which is what the understanding of the Bible of our own accord, man. All right, this truth, this faith, it's a gift that was given unto us from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. And the rest was where we're blinded. And Lord willing, hey, man, you know, we pray to the Lord, hey, to keep the Holy Spirit on us, man, because there are many men that has come into this truth. All right, there are ones behind the lines, all right, and they're back out in the world, man. All right? Read that last part again.
All right, cut. Give me a second. Got this lock on. Romans 11:7.
Yeah.
What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Yeah, that's right, man. So guess what, man? This is not for everybody. Everybody's not gonna get it, man. All right? That's why, you know, the apostles say, hey, man, you know, if a nigga don't get it, hey, man, that's that, man. All right? This ain't for everybody. All right? And this is why, hey, man, you gotta get out of this world. Okay? Because you gotta understand, man, a lot of people that's not gonna get it is what, man? The people that were once close to you, man. Your parents, all right, your mother, your father, your kids, your brothers and sisters, they ain't gonna get it, man. They might be slated for destruction, man. All right, in all reality, this is man, what's the word I'm looking for? In all reality, this is a solo mission, man. All right. Yes, we have the brotherhood, all right, and all of that, man. That's why the scriptures say what? Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right. Everybody's not gonna get it, man. All right. The scriptures speak about what? 2/3 of our people, all right, be cut off and die. 2/3 of our people here in America is slated for destruction, man.
Hey, let me just say this. You had yesterday in Union Square, you had these people going crazy over some dude named Kyle Cayente. Well, he lied to them. He didn't bring no fucking Xbox. No, it was a PlayStation 5. He didn't bring no PlayStation 5, no gift cards. That was a lie, a ploy to get everybody to come down there. At first, he didn't even know how bad it was going to get. At first, it was a couple of hundred, and then it appeared to be 2,000 or 3,000 people coming down. And then while he was trying to drive off, we had people on this car holding on. While he driving, you got niggas chasing like zombies. Have you ever watched a zombie movie?
Yeah.
Nigga getting away in the car, and the zombies is chasing the car like, rah! That's what these niggas was doing, man. Shit was crazy. And I was laughing my ass off, man. Like, oh shit. God damn, man. How bad is it going to get? I did a lesson on it too, bro.
This is Philippians. This is what you quoted, Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, is that as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence.
Yeah, that's right, man. So this is the wait, quote, where is it from again? So I get it.
Philippians 2:12.
All right. So that's Paul, all right, talking to the church of Philippi, all right. Okay. Hey, man. So guess what, man? This is not a thing of what we just do it in the presence of the apostles or in the presence of brothers or that type of thing, man. Nah, man. You can't be faking the funk, man. All right? You got to do it in the presence of brothers and in your everyday life, man. Okay? Because the vast majority of the time, you're going to be by yourself. All right? And the scriptures speak about the eyes of the Lord, man. He can see everything, man. All right? So you can't be faking the funk in this truth. All right? A brother can't save you. The apostles can't save you. Hey, man, you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man.
That's right.
All right? Just because you good friends with a brother, all right, don't feel, oh, well, you know, I was good friends with a brother. Nah, man. All right? The things that you do in the dark is going to come to the light, man. All right? This is why you have to carry yourself, you know, according to the scriptures.
That's right.
I got another one.
Okay.
Besides, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Right, that's right. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? Fear and trembling. You're supposed to fear the Lord, man. All right? You're supposed to tremble at the thought of, hey, what the Lord, he can really do to you, man. All right? Because it's not fun and games, man.
That's right.
It ain't fun and games. The Lord is coming back and he's wielding a sword. All right? There's going to be dead bodies everywhere, man. All right? The Lord is bringing great evil, all right? Great evil, all right, to this earth, man. All right? Nobody's going to save you in that day. Your friends can't save you. Hey, the white man can't save you. All right? The scriptures say what? Woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, man. The only one that can save you is the Holy One of Israel, Yahweh Shai. All right?
Real quick, you had the first thought that came on my mind when I saw all that riding out there for PlayStation 5,
Right.
Isaiah 51-20. Wild bull caught in the net, you know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, Jake is just fucked up out here, you know what I mean?
You know, that situation should also, I was speaking about on my way here, show you the power of being an influencer.
Right.
Right? And if you're an influencer, not with your agenda, you'll be a Kanye West,
Right.
you'll be an Andrew Tate, and Kayente, guess what? He was put in Kai Sen, guess what? He was put into custody.
Right.
You know who else are influencers? We are. So you can put the rest together.
Right.
So you got the negative, you got the negative influences, and you got the positive, and we the positive.
Well, you see, that's a
My point,
difference.
let me elaborate. My point is this. Revelations 2:10 is going to be put into effect because we are influencers, right?
Right.
Because when Revelations the 13th chapter comes to pass, everybody's mandatory supposed to take this chip and we're influencing others not to. Right? Same way they locked up Tate, same way they locked up Ye and Ben Tate, guess what? They're going to start coming after us. Job, family, and you see it. If you have the spiritual foresight, you can see, okay, shit, it's going to be the same with us. You guys are influencing these people not to do this, not to do that. They have some custody.
Right.
They might come after our resources first. Like you got a job, you lose a job, you got a pension, you lose that pension. You know,
That's how they do these guys now. When they get banned, we ban you on the platform. Okay, now we're gonna take away all your deals. Now they slowly break you down like that.
Well, that's going to happen eventually because in order for you to receive your pensions, your benefits, you're going to have to take that CBDC. So you don't take that, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to lose all that regardless.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's the new system. So regardless if they take it from you or not, if you don't take that CBDC, which is that implantable microchip, and it's coming out, but do Klaus Schwab, whatever his name is, you know, it's showing you. So now here it is. If you don't take that, if you don't comply, you're gonna be exiled from the government. You're gonna be a rebel,
Right. And
slated for destruction.
Right. And in that situation, you know, the scriptures say what? Folly is set in great dignity, man. All right. So these kids out here, they in Union Square, 10,000 people for a little a PlayStation. That nigga, he what do you do? He's a streamer, right?
Yeah.
You do Twitch and all of that. You see how much people are influenced by that just to see that guy, man.
He set like a record on Twitch.
Oh.
Like, either he has the most followers or he has the most live Twitch streams, but he set like a
Right.
record.
And then what he did was,
For like a few days.
he didn't even have. It came out. He didn't have no PlayStation 5s, no fucking gift cards for PlayStation 5. He just did that as an experiment to see how many people would go down to Union Square.
Right.
And it turned out that he got locked up behind that for inciting riots. But it turned out that at first it was less than 100.
Right.
And he was like, okay, you know, he's down there, everybody. He's running game on them. thinking that this is always going to come. Then next you know, it was a bulk of people that came. More than 3,000 people. Now the shit is out of hand. Now they find out you ain't got no places to fobs.
Right.
Now they riding and looting. It was a cool people saying, "Suck my dick, NYPD, suck my dick." I mean, crazy shit, bro.
That's probably why they charged him, because it was throwing stuff at the cops, so the cops was like,
And you heard
like assaulted.
You seen the police, the NYPD captain, the black Jake, they got busted in the head with the fucking bottle. It was online. Boo, he said, "Yo, my brother," he said, "My brother saw it online. He called me saying, I saw you get hit in the head with a bottle." Yo, yeah.
Man,
Shit is crazy, bro.
this is not the one that you quoted, but I got this Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
Yeah, that's right, man. So that's what it is. That's a beautiful scripture right there, man. All right, just as Paul said, hey, man, you can't just be following the law just in my presence only, but in my absence. All right, this is a thing where you have to live this. You know how people say you gotta live a certain type of lifestyle. This is what we do, man. All right.
Someone mentioned last week, about them damn people doing them pranks and all of that shit.
Right.
This is sort of like even at the experiment, because you hear made enemies, man. You niggas ignorant.
Right.
You see them like yo, and then roll up on them just because of that.
Right.
That was stupid.
My last motorcycle to get this shit. You're not giving
Yeah, you wasting my time. I could have been on a grind. Any ignorant shit. You got.
Right.
And not only that, you gotta look at this way. One thing too, you see, he did that as a test, as a beta to see how many followers would come down there, and he actually admitted that. And then when he was driving off, the people that was protecting him, you had people in an SUV chasing the SUV, you ever seen a zombie movie, man?
Yeah.
When you seen zombies, they're getting away in the car, and the zombies, you got some zombies on the car, hold on, you got some chasing them.
But see, this is where foolishness comes. Even let's say, for instance, he had 100 PlayStations actual physical he wants to give away. Now this is the case when you will have to get a permit or whatever, because everybody gonna want that PlayStation. Let's say it's 100 out there, niggas are gonna do nigga shit. Try to debo the next dude, rush the next dude. You need some muscle to hold shit down out there.
But the whole thing was he didn't have shit. It was all a lie. It was all a ploy. That's to get the same many people that he can have to come down there. How he can organize a group of people, and it turned out to become the work, because once they found out it was a hoax, they started violating and fucking looting and rioting. You know what I mean? And anybody that has a simple man, a simple mentality, whereas they don't know anything, once you find out what they need to lie, man, fuck that shit, man. Boom, now they want to riot. You know what I mean? That's going to happen. You know what I mean? And that's why they locked him up and brought him up on 2. He got a felony charge and 2 misdemeanor charge. The most serious one is the felony. And now he like, okay, but that was all a ploy. He didn't have no gift cards. He didn't have no PlayStation 5s. That was a lie. Why would you do that? Jake is bugged out, man. You got niggas looking for attention. You got nigga women looking for attention. Because a real man gonna do no shit like that, man. You got it back, bro. Slack it.
Earlier, you mentioned fear. It's Proverbs 9 and 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Yeah, that's right, man. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. So it behooves you, all right, you children of Israel, to turn from your ways, man, and come back to your power, man. All right? The scriptures say what, man? The wisdom of this world is enmity with the Most High, man. I believe that's how we go. All right? The ways of this world is enmity with the Most High, man. Okay? So it said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of the wisdom, man. And guess what, man? You have a genuine reason to fear the Lord. All right? It's not all fun and games, man. The Christian church put it one way, when Jesus come back and, everybody gonna be good. Nah, man. The scriptures don't say that, man. All right? If you read the scriptures, they tell you about the day of the Lord, man. The day of the Lord is what? Darkness and not light, man. All right? The day of the Lord is a dreadful and terrible day. The Lord is coming back wielding a sword. All right? So it behooves you, all right, to be wise to be found in the good graces when the Lord makes his return. All right? Go ahead.
And it goes on to say, and the knowledge of, it says, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
Right, the knowledge of the holy is understanding, man. The knowledge of these scriptures is understanding, man. You have an idea of what's going on, man. All right, that's why the scriptures say what, man? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Because guess what, man? All these guys, these influencers and all that, man, you know, they influence you. They're going to influence you into some bullshit, man. All right? And their ass can't save you. All right? They trying to protect their little assets that, you know, Esau allowed them to have, man. All right? This dude, Kai, whatever his name is, I know he's a big streamer and whatever it is, you know what I mean? Guess what, man? He might be one of the main ones that lead, you know, these kids to take the MOTB, man. All right? Go ahead.
Something else. This is because you're going into why, or like reasons as to why we should fear the Heavenly Father.
Right.
This is Matthew 10, verse 28. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Yeah, that's right, man. So you gotta, hey, man, you gotta know, hey, there's levels to this, man. And ultimately, you have to fear, you know, the Holy One of Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's how you're supposed to fear, man. All right? You're supposed to fear the consequence of the so-called white man, because guess what? We understand, you know, if you have an understanding of, you know, of the scriptures, some of us are going to be put to death, man. All right?
You got put to death, the Lord sanctioned.
Right, right.
You know, that's another level of understanding somebody might not get.
Right.
The Lord put me to death yet.
Right.
You read Scripture like 1 Samuel 2 and 6. You read the book of Job, every death that transpires has to be go ahead sanctioned by the Lord. Even those of the righteous.
Even Deuteronomy 32, verse 39, man. He goes into it. But I got a precept real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets. And that's what you see right now with these jakes out here, man. On these different corners, hanging out in front of the Arab store, selling drugs, gambling, doing all kind of manner of wickedness. It says, at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. It says they are full of the fury of the Lord. That's why when you come past these niggas, you see them gambling out there, you see a bunch of niggas out there in front of the Arab store, man. If you go, you listen, if I driving by and I see a bunch of niggas in front of the Arab store, I'm gonna keep moving. I'm not even gonna stop and go into the Arab store. Because I did that before. And what happened? You know, get into a little altercation because, you know, a nigga feel like you looking at him wrong, or, you know, you brushed against him going into the store, you know what I mean? Or some kind of so-called fake manly shit, man.
Acknowledge him as being a real nigga.
Yeah, so you got to understand something, man. It says, thy sons have fainted, Isaiah 51 verse 20, thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fear of the Lord, because what's going to happen to them, they all going to get put to death, man. Because the Lord appointed 4 kinds of death for you niggas, man. Pursuant to Jeremiah 15 verse 1 to 3. The Most High appointed 4 kinds of deaths, man. And also the Lord have these niggas, these Edomites, these red bastards sharpening that sword. Pursuant to Ezekiel 21 verse 9 on down to 12, man. So you caught up. It says, the rebuke of thy God. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. You are afflicted and drunken, but not with wine, man. You are afflicted and drunken, but with the philosophies of Esau, the so-called white man, and this black culture that you cling onto. That drill music, that's just nothing but a culture of death, man. That drill music was promote adultery, gang banging.
It ain't even a culture, it's fucking entertainment.
And guess what? You're right. It's they promote gang banging, violence, adultery, murder, drug dealing. It's a culture of death, man. So that's what you look forward to, man. That's why it says that, therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Lord, the God that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling. Because you know what? We're at the end of our root. We're at the end of our slavery. We're at the end of our affliction. And the Lord's going to take that same cup that he had put on us, that we had drunk, and put on our enemies. Yeah, you got it, bro.
Cut. You mentioned before the scripture, fear not them that kill the body.
Right.
So this is 2 Timothy 1:7. Fear for it's a lot. Four. I'm bugging. I said fear. 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear.
Yeah, that's right, man. So when you in this truth, when you behind these lines, when you have an understanding of the scriptures, all right, you gonna understand what death is, man. All right, you gotta understand. Hey, guess what, man? All this wrath is not coming from the so-called white man. Guess what, man? It's coming from the Lord, man. And it gives you the reason why it's coming from the Lord, man. Because why? Because wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. This place is just goddamn wicked, man. All right, this place is literally a Sodom and Egypt, man. Literally, man. That is, hey, man. This alphabet thing that they got going on, man, is like an infestation, man. You can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere without seeing it, man.
Real
right?
quick, when you seen the video of them dudes rioting and looting out on Union Square, all you saw was you had Jake with blonde hair and crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? Looking bugged out, looking sodomite-ish, you know what I'm saying? Looking like furries, you know what I'm saying, out there.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Look like the influences.
Yeah. Crazy, bro. You seen it, right?
You got twisted with the blue hair.
Right.
They look like the influences.
Right.
What's the old thing in the pickup world? Peacocking. You wear some shiny shit or whatever to stand out. So wear shit because this draws attention or intrigue.
Right.
Yeah, I had to mention it.
Let me give you a little secret about that. They were saying one of the number one things you can do if you're trying to get attention is to change your hair. If you look at most new singers when they come out, you have your 6ix9ine with your rainbow cut.
Right.
The Drakes.
Ice Spice is out now with this unique fro
Right.
to draw attention. And one of the things they do is the hair. If you go back and look at some of these big people that came out of the scene, you notice they have these weird haircuts. Stand out.
Yeah. Red hair, trippy red. They got the blonde hair. You know.
Go ahead, finish that. Some niggas just shave it off and attach in their head.
Right.
Birdman put a big ass star on his head.
Right.
Good.
Crazy.
That's a target. Second Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
Yeah, that's right, man. So, hey, man, once you have an understanding of the scriptures say what? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, man. All right, you're gonna see a lot of things that have never been seen on the earth, man. You're gonna see a lot of things, man. And guess what, man? People are gonna be freaking out. They're gonna be bugging out. And guess what? They're gonna see the difference between a regular nigga in the world and a man of the Lord, man. Because you're gonna be calm, man, and people are gonna see that on you, man. All right, you know what? Hey, man, the Leviathans start coming up out here, man. People gonna freak the fuck out, man. Straight up, man. You know what I mean? But we have to understand. All right, we know. Yeah, we're gonna have a certain way in the flesh, but we're gonna know. All right, this is Leviathan. You know, it was prophesied that he would make an appearance. You know what I'm saying?
And a grand appearance.
A grand appearance. You know what I mean? Right.
Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is a principal thing.
Right.
Therefore, get wisdom.
And with all thy gettings, get understanding.
That's right, man. Wisdom is the principal thing, man. All right. Once again, not the wisdom of this world. All right. Not no engineering degree. All right. Not no psychology degree or anything. No masters or anything. No, man. All right. Wisdom is a principal thing, and with all that, get understanding, man.
Yes.
Right? And understanding what? Of the scriptures, man. Okay? The scriptures gives you an idea. It will plays out what is about to go down, man. And what's about to come to America in the very near future. All right? Great death. All right? Martial law. All right? Concentration camps. All right? Different types of animals. All right? Famine. All these is coming down the pipeline, man. All right? Because guess what? America was built on what? Blood. All right? Deception and blood. All right? And that's how it's going to go out. All right? A lot of people think, this going to last forever. Oh, America being destroyed? Hey, this never happened. Well, guess what, man? No. America was the first country to detonate what? atomic bombs on another country. And guess what, man? America gonna be the last one to get some fucking nuclear missiles, man. Straight up, man. All right?
I looked up the word principle.
It's called reap what you sow. They reap that shit,
Right.
and that's gonna come back on them.
Right.
So the word principle means first in order of importance, main.
Right.
And like other words are similar to it is main, chief, primary, leading,
Right.
foremost, first.
All right, so that's right, man. So guess what? This truth is the main thing we have to focus on, man. All right, over your woman, all right, over your family, over your kids, man. All right, because for all you know, hey, when that time come, man, hey, they might turn their back on you and they out of here, man. All right, as we were speaking before, man. Hey, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
We spoke about wisdom.
Right.
It says Ecclesiastes 7:12. For wisdom is a defense.
Right, right. Hey, man, wisdom is a defense. Is an offense. That's what's going to protect you in that day, man. All right. The scriptures say what, man? Silver and gold, roughly paraphrase, is not going to protect you in the day of the Lord's wrath, man. All right. And you know, that's speaking about these higher ups, but that goes for everybody. In all reality, all right. In all reality, this truth, this Bible, this sword, it's a defense, man. This word of Yahweh Shai. That's gonna look at. That's what's gonna look after you, all right, in these upcoming days, man.
It says, and money is a defense.
Right, and money is a defense, all right. So yes, we use the things of the world, man. All right, we're not saying, all right, don't handle your responsibilities, all right. If you get a little promotion at work, hey man, we're not saying don't do that. You could come up with a little business. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta live. All right, we gotta use the world, but don't get it twisted, man. All right, your money ain't gonna save you when all hell breaks loose, man. It ain't gonna save you.
And really, when you think about money being a defense, it really depends on what's money at that time.
Right.
Right now, paper, money, that's money. But when all hell breaks loose, guess what might be money? It might be water.
Right.
It might be oil.
Right.
That could be a defense in a situation.
Wine or something.
Humans. Your daughter might be your money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, money is a defense. Again, it depends on the circumstances.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Because if you take the US dollar and the fact that you go to the middle of a Congo somewhere, what the fuck
What
is
is
this?
that? What is that? What is that?
We know corn, we know
Right.
cattle. You know what I'm saying? So in that
Right.
situation, yes, money is always a defense.
Hey, listen, man. You gotta use. Hey, man. You gotta use the things that can help you out, man. All right. Money is a defense. The brother is 100. The scripture is 100% correct. Man. All right. Yeah, you gotta use what you can use in that time, man.
Yeah.
All right. But ultimately, all right, we know what the deal is, man. We know what our main focus is supposed to be on.
Yeah, because right now you have gold and silver is very expensive, right?
Right.
It's a very precious metal.
Right.
But when all hell breaks loose, you know it might be the number one metal, lead.
Right.
Talking about bullets, ammunition. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. All right, it says, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Right, that's right, man. So, hey, wisdom giveth life to them that have it, man. So this is ultimately what's gonna keep you alive in that day, man. All right, you gonna know, hey, man, you might be. Hey, the main thing is, guess what, man? We're not taking the MOTV, man. All right, so you might be fucked up. You know what I mean? You might think, hey, man, you have no other choice. But guess what, man? The scriptures say what, man? Hey, man, you take that. Guess what, man? You gonna be burning in that fiery pit, man. All right. That's the main. One of the messages, man. All right. You take that MOTV, you put that in your hand. Guess what, man? You saying what? There you go.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Now you take that. What you say, man? That's you turning your back on the Lord, man. All right, and you having the so-called white man as your power, man. All right, that's what we understand, man. The mark of the beast. All right, and we see all these things happening right before our eyes, man. They're getting rid of the currency. All right, they might fully get rid of it, in these next couple of months here. All right, and we push into a digital society, man, which is it's pretty much that's what it is right now anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. 98% of the
Saying?
world's currency is digital. It's either 98 or 92.
Right. Something
Of
like
course.
that. Yeah.
All digital.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's pushing towards that direction anyway, man. All right. Hey, and that's what you see. Hey, man, in that day, a lot of you false prophets, a lot of you camps, man. Hey, man, your congregation going to turn on you, man. All right. There might be a lot of trouble. Your life might be on the line, man, because the steps is clearly being played out right before our eyes,
Yeah.
man.
You said this wasn't that.
Right.
You said the MOTB wasn't the chip.
Right. You know what I mean? You know? And that's how you, hey, man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. You know, in this truth, you're supposed to watch and observe and filter everything, you know, through the scriptures, man. And if you're watching and observing and you filtering through the scriptures, man, you can see where the society is heading. All right?
This is Proverbs 11, verse 4. It says, riches profit not is a day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
Yeah, that's right, man. So it says riches, and when they say riches, that means, you know, your various forms of money. It's not going to profit in the day of the Lord's wrath, man. Because, hey, man, in all reality, true riches is wisdom. All right? You know, the scriptures speak about, you know, if you want thrones and scepters and all these type of things, man, hey, man, you got to get that wisdom first, man. All right? But in terms of, like, physical, hey, man, it's not going to profit you in the day of the Lord's wrath, man, because guess what? And I heard the brother Amalonga Bar said it one time. He said, listen, yeah, you might have all these things, you might have all these silver and all these things, but eventually, that shit ain't going to count for nothing, man. Eventually, it's going to count, and then it's not going to count for anything. It's just, hey, man, it's you and the Lord in that day.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So it's not going to profit you in the day of the Lord's wrath. So let's read the last part again.
Proverbs 11, verse 4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
Yeah, that's right, man. So the righteousness is going to deliver you from death, man. That's why we come into this truth. I can speak for myself. I trembled for like, I don't know, 6 hours straight when I'm like, oh, missiles, whoa, hold on, whoa. Right there, I had to change my whole life. I had to change my whole program right there, bro. I had to change everything on what I had going on. You know what I mean? You know, and a lot of our people, they don't take it serious because, one, they don't believe we in the last days. You know, they don't believe they're going to see the Lord, man. And they don't believe how the Lord is really coming back. All right? The Lord's coming back, man. The whole earth gonna shut down, man. You know, Jake like to make grand entrances. You know what I mean? Jake like to pull up last in the Rolls Royce and and bitches and flowers and Jake like that, man. But guess what, man? The Lord is coming back, and the scripture say what, man? He's not gonna meet you as a man. All right? He's not gonna meet you as a man. He's gonna be, on a chariot, and the whole earth gonna be covered, man. And you're going to understand when the Lord cracks them skies, man, you're going to understand that it's not for play, man. It's going to be a fearful business. You know what I mean? You're going to be praying to be on the right side of the Lord, man, because great judgment is about to go out throughout the whole earth, man. All right? That's something here now.
This is Proverbs 2:11. Discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee.
Yeah, that's right, man. Discretion and understanding is going to preserve thee and keep thee. All right? So you got to be making the correct decisions, man. You got to be making the right decisions. Hey, now until the end, man. All right?
Yeah, you learn how to discern things through the scriptures, right? That's what really gives you discretion.
Right.
You think about being circumspect. You know what I mean? A lot of these people in these days, like women, they don't really operate with any sort of discretion.
Right. Yeah, it's not a thing you could just you just do what you want. You gotta do what you feel. Nah, man, it don't work like that, man.
Yeah, like I'll give you a prime example. When all hell breaks loose, a lot of our people are gonna be trusting the so-called white men.
Right.
We know the true nature of these devils.
Right.
You got a lot of jakes that have so-called white friends, but guess what? When shame's the thing, you're gonna see the true nature. But you never had the discretion to say.
And a lot of these jakes also that they're going to comply with what Esau is saying because they want to get them goodies. They're not considering what the prophets started with the apostles on down to the elders and the bishops was telling them. They're going to hey, listen, I'm gonna get these goodies because, hey, man, I gotta feed my family. So they're gonna listen to Esau, especially when it comes down to the CBDC, you know, the Central Bank Digital Currency, and how you have to be implanted with that charagma in order for you to receive them benefits.
Right.
They're going to comply with these devils just to be caught up in the trick bag, just to be destroyed pursuant to Revelation 14 verse 8 on down.
You know, we see what happened with the job, man. These people really wasn't under pressure like that. Motherfuckers wasn't under pressure like that, man. And a bunch of people ran over there, took a bunch of took a bunch of shots. You're not even under pressure like that. So that'll let you know where the mind of the majority of the people are, man.
I got a
All
precept.
right? Yeah, go ahead.
So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25, because a lot of these people think they're in their prosperity. They're getting their money, they're getting that bag, they're chasing that bag, but when them tribulations come, here we go, we're going to read it. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgiveness of affliction. You got it, brother.
That's right, man. So people have a short memory, man. That's one thing I realized about people in America. The memory is short, man. People don't even think about 2 years ago when shit was fucked up. That was just the other day, man. That was literally just the other day. They shut down the whole earth, bro. What the hell? What was going on, man? It wasn't that long ago, man. That was 2 summers ago. You know what I mean? So the day of prosperity, so like you read it again.
So I'm gonna read it again. The book of Sirach, chapter or the Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction.
There's a forgetfulness of affliction. Our people, you know, Israel, they don't remember history, right? They don't have a sense of, oh, well, this happened in this year. You know, as soon and that's what's going. You read the scriptures. As soon as Israel get delivered from something, they go right back to their wicked ways. And it's the same thing, man. Jay getting a little money right now, but guess what? 2 years ago, shit was messed up, man. You was panicking. All right, you taking jump shots for gift cards and Burger King
and fries
and all type of shit. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I gotta get this. I got kids and this and that.
Right.
And then in a day of prosperity, you receive, you got a job, you took the job to keep the job, and you got a 6-figure job or a 5-figure job, and you making XYZ amount of dollars a week, you make XYZ dollars a month. So you got this white picket fence with the house and 2 cars. You know what I mean? So you think you're doing good. That's why it says in the day of prosperity. Yeah, they are. You're doing good. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgiveness of affliction. So you're not being afflicted. So you in your prosperity. But now, when the economy collapses and things go haywire, when you get laid up from your job, when you can't afford this, you can't afford that, it says, and in the day of affliction, there's no more remembrance of prosperity.
Right. Hey, man, in that day, you ain't gonna be remembering all about that. You know, this guy came up to me one time. I'm like, yo, bro. So why didn't you have a good time? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm just here drinking, but I don't know about no good times, bro. You know, you think you have a little money and all these things that white people, you gonna be worried just to survive in that day, man. Where your next meal coming from? You not them conversations. Oh, well, you remember back in the day when we was popping bottles and oh.
Hey man, you brothers ever been up, like, you know, trying to about
That's all right,
taxes, you came, you got a little extra bread,
Right.
you know, you feel like you're having a good time. Now think about a time when you broke, the rest behind, the last thing on your mind is going out.
Right,
Everything that's on
right.
your mind is your current situation. Should
Right.
the bill behind this ticket?
Exactly,
right.
You can't even fucking.
And that's how Jacob's going to respond. And that's how Jacob's going to respond in the day of affliction, because in their prosperity mode, they out there hanging out, popping bottles, doing this, spending tricking money on women, doing everything that's not expedient at the time, because they in their prosperity mode. They're not thinking that, oh, listen, let me just hold on to some cash, buy a little silver and gold. Not that it's going to save you, but it's a hedge upon certain things that's going to happen in this society. That's a bartering system. But they just keep on continuing to do what they do, and then when they get caught up, now they're looking for answers. Ain't gonna be no answers, man. The same must not to death by pain, man.
There's more.
Now you got it.
This is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Yeah, that's right, man. So it says, woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help, man. All right? A lot of people, they're going to try to keep. Well, you. Oh, okay. See? It says, woe unto you that go down to Egypt for help. So a lot of people, they're going to try to keep the things that they got, man. You, as the brother was saying, you might have a crib, white picket fence. Guess what, man? You can't keep on to that, man. All right? That shit gone, man. We in the last days. This place slated for destruction, man. That shit ain't gonna be here, man. So there ain't no sense in trying to hold on to it, and especially hold on to it by going on to the so-called white man. He's definitely gonna lead you to your destruction, man, to your death, man. All right? Go ahead, finish that.
All right. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots.
Yeah, that's right, man. So they look at the so-called white man because it looks he's powerful. All right, but the white man, he got something called order and chaos, man. He gonna bring the chaos, and then he gonna give you a fucked up solution, man.
That's right. You better believe it.
Yeah, he gonna give you a fucked up solution. You know what I mean? And your last stage gonna be worse than the first one, man. All right. All these people, well, I want to travel and da-da-da-da-da. I know this chick, that bitch took 4 shots of the jabs. She telling me, I'm tired of taking shots. What's wrong with you?
You shouldn't have took the first one.
I'm saying, what's wrong with you? Why would you even do that? You know
And
what I
now,
mean?
you been that you mentioned the shot. Now this coming school
that's not how I
semester. Now they trying to say, you know, because back then it was called semesters, but now it's different. But now this coming school semester. Now all these kids, all these children are required to take a new round of jabs in order to attend school. And now here's the catch: if you don't take the jabs, you can't attend school. Now the truancy orders is going to come, and ACS is going to come because now you depriving your children of being indoctrinated by the goddamn government.
damn.
That's all they being. That's all that's happening. They're being indoctrinated by the government. So now, if you don't have your children vaccinated so they can be indoctrinated, now it's a double whammy.
Right.
And vaccinated and indoctrinated.
Right, that's right, man. That's how you know this man is the goddamn devil, man. All right? The goddamn devil, he aiming for your kids, man. He trying to put you in a place where, between a rock and a hard place, man.
A quagmire.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Yeah, that's right, man. Our people, guess what, man? They lack faith. As soon as some shit go down, they run to the so-called white man. All right. Hey, one time, I'm in a cab, right? I'm an Uber. I'm talking to this dude, this Muslim nigga. You know what I'm saying? He talking about all faith, Muslim. I say, well, you know, all hell getting ready to break loose. This dude went into a complete panic mode. I'm like, damn, what happened? What happened to Allah? What happened to all of these things, man? You know what I mean?
Because a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? A lot of bullshit. You know, as the brother say, man, our people, hey man, they quick to turn to the white man. They have no faith.
This is going to take their hold on them Muslims, them Sunni Muslims. This is what's going to take their This is going to dull their belief in Allah,
Right.
because they saying that Kaaba is surrounded by angels, so nothing can happen to it.
You okay?
Once that shit get hit,
Right.
then that all shatters that belief system they have.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Once the Lord strike that shit with lightning, boom, and blow that shit up, nigga be like, oh.
Right.
The whole temple, that whole shit where they gotta go to make that every year. What they say, they gotta go over there and make to Mecca.
Even like the Lord, they coming up to the Lord, the apostles, and look at this temple, the second temple being built by Aaron. Look at the temples, all that. I was like, yeah, that shit gonna be rubbish.
Right.
They kind of thought the Lord was gonna be like, yes, you're not. I was like, that shit gonna, what you doing, man? We don't. You know, scriptures tell you there's nothing we can build and say like the Lord builds it in.
Right.
See, it went over their head, and they thought that Yahweh Shah was saying that he's going to build a temple up in 3. It's going to be destroyed. He's going to build up in 3 days. It was talking about 70 AD, 30 to 40 years later of what's going to happen to them. you know, for not listening to Yahweh Shah. And even Yahweh Shah wept over Jerusalem because he knew it was going to come upon our people, man.
They got too caught up in that temple. At the end of the day, it was built by men.
That's right.
That kind of remind me of what the apostles are going through with One West School. Lord, turn that shit into Applebee's. So you can't. Not that shit.
No, but
I don't understand like that.
no.
The Lord turned that location to an Applebee's.
And then also up in a school in Connecticut, the Lord turned that into a hair braiding.
See?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can't.
Because the apostles brought that out.
Yeah, you can't get too caught up in this building and this book we did and Lord, look at that like. No.
Nah, destroy that right there.
This is Isaiah 66 verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that he...
Hey, that's right, man. Hey, that's right, man. Said the heavens are my throne and the earth my footstool, man. So it's different levels, man. It's different levels, man. The Lord, you know, the scripture say, the Lord say he built a place with many mansions. All right, so he got the whole universe, man. All right, what's a building to the Most High, man? Nothing, man. That could be destroyed like that, man. You know, if you read certain parts of the Apocrypha, it says they made gods built with hands. All right, it can't deliver you. You got to clean them and all these type of things, man. So these buildings and these statues and all this, it's nothing, man.
Yeah, a lot of times
Right?
too, like just chiming in with them, brother, you see floods in like Indonesia, somebody's running with a monkey statue.
Right. Hey, nah, the scripture saying that them gods can't even save themselves.
And you know another thing,
You know what I mean?
another thing. Now that you said that, right? In my old neighborhood, right? This is before I moved to my new neighborhood. I seen this Mexican chick. She was short and round. You know how most Mexicans are short and round, right?
Dr. Eggman.
She had the goddamn Cesare Bojo or Serapis Christus. She holding the shit. Shit bigger than her. And she stumbling, but she can't because it's, you know what I'm saying. She can't even see where she's going, but she's holding that shit. She's protecting it. She's protecting it with her life.
Right.
Even though she stumbled, almost fell. But guess what? When she almost fell, there was some other dude right next to her. He didn't grab her. He grabbed the idol. Like, you know, hold on to the idol.
Brother, we used to have the signs with treasury on it, with the horns on it, and people would be walking, they just in a zone, and they would just know to go right around in this shit. And I remember one time,
Yo,
brother said there was somebody blind who went right around this shit like that.
he wasn't that
I'm not
blind.
sure who that was. But, hey man, them demons, brother.
He wasn't that blind. If he went around the shit, he like
I
this.
guess he must have hit the sign. But the way it kind of looked, it looked hilarious. Like, yo, you fucking blind and you going around. They're afraid to step on season. We'll tell people, I remember that. Yo, step on it. Yo, you believe in the Lord, yo, step on this shit. You believe the Lord is black? Yeah, I believe on the believe the Lord is black. All right, so you see this shit?
Nah, I ain't
Step
stepping on it.
You know what I mean? We used to always do that test on 34.
They didn't want to step on it.
They don't step on
But
it.
34 became a cesspool of this craziness. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where you can't even park down no more because
It was a spectacle to a whole nother level, like to where we were just like a theater. Like, you know how you go down 34, you see somebody dancing?
Right,
But
right,
it
right.
just seemed like that because it was just so much shit going on out there.
and then not only that, it came a point in time whereas you can't even park down there now because the park down there, just the park on the regular street, is like $10, $20. You know what I'm saying?
And they put shit to obstruct it. Like, it used to be just a road, now it's not a road. It's had the things
Gun.
blocked it. Fucking hectic.
So now you can't even now to go down there. If you go down there, you said you try to park for a couple of minutes, you come back, your car's gone. They don't tow that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So fuck 34th Street.
So it says back in Isaiah 66:1, thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye built unto me, and where is the place of my rest?
Yeah, that's right, man. So guess what, man? Hey, man, your little temple or whatever you got going on, man. Hey, man, it can't hold the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
The Lord
All right.
knows God and temple his name right here.
That's why we ain't got no school.
Yep.
Well, this is the school right here.
This is the school right here. The school right here. You right.
Matthew 18 and 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them.
That's right, man. So the Lord is in the midst, man. All right, we don't need no school. Hey, man, the scriptures say, hey, wisdom cry without it, utter his voice in the streets. All right, so what you need is school for, man?
And that limits you,
All
man.
right, yeah.
If we're meeting up at the same location,
Every-
you're on target. Like, you know, this is
Right.
where they meet up. we can shut the bill down. We have brothers have to put in money to take care of the bill. When we just like this, we can move. Yo, we need to be up here.
Right.
We can move around.
All right, yeah, we here 1 week. All right, something going on over here. We can go another location. It is what it is, man.
We mobile.
All right, yeah, we mobile.
And look, what was good with Hannibal tactics? He was telling all the people he was gathering, Hannibal Barker, gathering all his allies. He was like, yo, it's more better. Rome can't mess with us. We're mobile. That's
Right.
something they ain't expecting. We could just move around.
Right.
Logistics, all of us about war logistics, moving material from this area to the next. I hate to keep blabbering, but
Nah, you ain't blabbering, you speaking facts,
this is
bro.
the Lord army too,
Right.
and we mobile.
And also, we speaking facts because, hey, we are pilgrims. The Lord said, be like as pilgrims, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when that time come, we're going to be moving around. We're not going to stay in one spot. We're going to be moving around. Especially when no hell break loose, you know what I'm saying? When the Lord have it whereas you can't go back to your house. Like the same thing happened in 70 AD where the Lord said, when you see the armies besiege Jerusalem, flee ye to the mountains. Don't go back to your house. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just flee. So wherever you wherever you at during that time, you're gonna have to keep it moving, man.
Hey, and also in that stead, you know, the scriptures speak about a famine of the word, and they can say people gonna travel from north, south, east, and west to find the word. All right, and it's not gonna be found, man, because hey, man, we're not gonna be standing around here, man. All right, we're not gonna be standing around, man. We're gonna be moving around. Okay,
That's right.
Ain't no, what the brothers have, we gonna go to the school and nah, man. Hell nah. That's why it's very imperative that you get the word right now. All right? While it may be found, man. Okay? It is imperative that you do that, man. All
That's
right?
right.
You can't be, you know, all right, I'm gonna come next week. Nah, man, you gotta get this thing while it's hot, man. All right?
I got two scriptures here. So we talking about this being a church and such, right?
Right.
Now the first one I'm gonna go to is Exodus 20:4. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen, in all places where I record my name. I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Right. So make an altar, make your sacrifices,
Right.
and the Lord will come unto thee and bless thee in the name of the Lord. Right. That's Exodus 20:4. Right. Now this is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your body
Right.
a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. So, us coming out here is the altar now. All right? Us coming out, making our body look a sacrificing our time. Hey man, I fucking work so many hours during the week, 10 hours, 11 hours. I'm exhausted. I left the gym early. It's fucking peak, man. But I say, you know what? I went home. I was tired. Fuck that. I gotta come to camp. Can't miss this. There's nothing wrong with my body. I can make it out there. Sacrifice.
Same thing with me, bro. So I'm a supervisor, so that's a country where I be working hours, sometimes 13 hours, bro. And then you come back home, you ain't got no time for yourself. It's back, you watch a movie, the movie watching you. You eat something, the movie watching you. Next you know, you gotta hit an alarm. You gotta go back to work the same day. And then when you get your days off, then you actually want to go to the gym. And you like, damn. So you spend an hour and a half in the gym, you cutting your time in the gym, and you just gotta do calisthenics, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. This shit is crazy, man, you know.
So you gotta make your body a living sacrifice. So what you see here is an altar, it's the church. The Lord talked about it. If you do the sacrifice, I'll be in the midst thereof on the altar. So the Lord is in the midst thereof, man. Alright?
Yeah, that's right, man. You don't say in season and out of season.
That's right.
You know what I mean, in season, out of season. So hey, man, we outside, man. You know the kids be saying that shit here. We outside, now we literally outside. In season, outside. In season, out of season, man. 90 degrees. You know, 9 degrees. You know what I mean? Hey, man, we outside. That's what it is, man. You make your body a living sacrifice. Okay.
Rain, sleet, or snow, depending on the
We
weather.
outside in vanity.
Right.
We outside for possibility.
No, I'm not gonna call a camp name, all right? It was outside today, you know what I'm saying? Oh, street preaching, I'm like, why you even have to put that in your title, bro? Like, why you even, like, we outside every week.
Oh, a nigga put me back in the
Right.
title. That's also a red flag.
We back.
We back. That means where you went? Why you back? Where you went?
Right,
There
right.
shouldn't be no thing like, this person tears up because they're just now coming out. Nah, hell no, you're supposed to constantly. Consistency is the ultimate thing,
Right,
and really being like a consummate professional.
right.
All right, you gotta be consistent. We have to be consummate professionals.
Now, hey,
Look
bro,
that up.
hey, we'll be professional because guess what? Not every week we feel to come out. Not every week, man. Some days it's like, you know what I mean? But guess what, man? Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. This is what you signed up for. All right?
You gotta show up, even when you feeling your worst.
Right, right, right. It's a job. Hey,
If you're physically able, I ain't saying
Right,
your
right,
leg
right,
is
right.
broken, shit
Right.
like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because at that point now you're a liability to the gym.
right.
Yeah.
I was listening to one of them NBA players, Slovakia, and the dude asked him, yo, you love your da-da-da. He said, yo, bro, this is a job. This is a job. I got to do it whether I'm feeling it or not. It's a job. Really, being in the NBA is a job, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The scriptures say what? They do it for a corruptible crown. All right? We do it for an incorruptible crown. So, hey, man, we definitely have to be out here even more, man.
This truth is more about discipline than motivation.
Right.
Because motivation is a feeling.
Hey,
You got, some days you're motivated, some days you aren't.
Right.
If you're a disciplined individual, you do what you have to do regardless of how you feel.
that's right.
This is Matthew 18, verse 20. And Yahushua speaking it says, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them.
Yeah, that's right, man. So we don't have to have a physical building, man. Hey, man, the Lord is in the midst of us, man. All right? You know, we feel it sometimes. Hey, sometimes we see it, man. We see the chariots, man. All right? You know? So we don't have to set up a school and all of that. No, man. We out here in the highways and byways, we making our body a living sacrifice. And hey, man, we know that the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yoshai is with us, man. All right? The Lord, he looks over us and protects us while we out here, man.
Acts 17 and 24. The Most High that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Yeah, that's right, man. So the Lord not dwell in temples made with hands, man. All these churches, all right, all these goddamn mosques and these Hindu. The Lord is not dwelling there, man. All right.
Joe Osteen shit.
Right.
Them niggas learned that during Hurricane Katrina. Them doors was closed.
Nigga cold.
He lost all kind of money. He was like, I lost millions of dollars.
Right.
He was lamented over that shit.
Right.
What's going on?
Was it Joel Osteen? Like something happened, and then the people were trying to get in, and he locked the door.
Exactly.
So there was some other situation where the hurricane or something.
Yeah.
He didn't want to let him in.
He
Right.
was like, yo, nigga, go to the fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
He didn't want to let him in.
Damn.
Show you, Joe Osteen is a fucking false prophet, man. He's doing that whole building there, that glorious building is there from the record breaking the dollars. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
when
right.
people really needed the shelter, the succor of having a place over their head
Right.
during the time of calamity, he wasn't there. He shut the doors on them.
Right.
Show me that he's a false prophet, man. He sent them away. Get the fuck out of here. I don't need you here.
The ark is closed. Verse 25.
Damn.
It says, neither is worship with. You might spend it like that too. Also,
Yeah.
it's an ark. It was closed. Acts 17 and
Damn.
25. Neither is worship with men's hands, as though needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things. Yeah, so it says, neither is worship with man's hands as though he needed anything. But the scripture's telling you, the Lord wanted to, he could raise up rocks, man.
That's right.
So you don't need anything. You don't need us. The Lord don't need you, really. You know what I mean? It's the Most High. It says, as though he needed anything, seeing he give it to all life. The Most High is the ultimate creator of everything.
That's right.
And breath and all things. So everything is created by the Most High. So you can't make nothing and say, we created this, we carved this stone for the Lord, or this is for the Lord, this is the... Nah, man. The Most High don't need it.
Right.
Now the Most High sends you the prophet and say, such and such, okay, then the Lord is saying, okay, this is a holy area right here, like the land of Jerusalem. Right? I'm gonna make this the land. The Lord don't need no land, but look, I'm gonna sanctify this land. Meaning, if the laws are broken in this land, there's a punishment now. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High will do things like that.
This is this is Mark 16, verse 15. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned.
Hey, man, say go ye all in the world, man. All right, so you gotta be around, man. Hey, the prophets are old. All right, the apostles are old, man. The disciples are old. They wasn't just in a building, man. All right, if you read about Paul, or you know what I mean, he was always on the move, man. You know what I mean? He was always on the move, man. And we, Lord willing, we are the reincarnated of the prophets of old. You gotta be in the same step, man. All right. It's not necessary to have a building. It ain't necessary, man. It ain't necessary. All right. You're out here on the highways and byways, man, making our bodies a living sacrifice, man. All right. And personally, I love it this way. I used to be in church. I'm like, yo, bro, what is this, man? What is this?
There's no satisfaction. There's no edification.
I want to go to sleep. Man.
You just see a bunch of folly, man.
Right.
Women jumping around, falling on the floor, claiming to have the Holy Spirit, opening their legs and shit, showing their panties, and they jerking around and foaming at the mouth, and niggas is fucking doing all kind of crazy shit, man. This shit is a madhouse in these churches out here, man.
As hard as those church chairs were, church was one of the most comfortable places to sleep, man. This is Isaiah 51. It's like Isaiah 58, verse 1. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not."
Yeah, that's right, man. Cry aloud, spare not, man. All right, so we're not out here to spare anyone's feelings, man. All right, you getting the whole truth over here. All right, the scriptures say, a lot of people they speak onto them smooth things. In the church, that's what you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear smooth things. Things that you like. Nah, man, you're getting 100% truth over here, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet."
Yeah, that's right. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, man. Hey, man, and we don't need no microphones over here, man. All right? We don't need no microphones and no boom boxes and all of that, man. All right?
It's a strong voice,
Yeah.
and the Spirit of the Lord dwelling within you.
That's it. It's simple, man. Yeah. Right, exactly. The setup is simple, man. That's a beautiful thing about this truth, man. The Lord, he made it simple, man. It don't have to be complicated. All right? Good.
And that's how come, brother. That's how come the Lord, at one point when we came out here, we had the camcorders.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we gotta take the battery out, edit.
Yeah,
Now
you gotta
the
do
Lord got it like, look, you set your phone up, we just move it.
Right.
Shut down the phone, we just move it like that.
Right.
So that's how the Lord wanted.
Right.
This truth evolves. Camcorders, everything. We had camcorders, we had cameras out here. We got that expensive camera you had, bro. Out here, you know what I'm saying? Now, huh? Now the Lord had whereas the phone do all that. You don't have to do nothing. And then it happened whereas all that camcorder thing, you had to upload it. It took hours to upload it. You had to upload it from the camera to your laptop, and then upload it to the channel.
The battery would die. We had to bring multiple batteries out. Now you can just put this little USB thing if they got a stand. We got to hold it.
The Lord had it whereas
like this.
it's easy now.
That was a workout, yo.
Now you got the phone. I'm gonna tell you something. See, you on camera, but you can do on half screen and have one part recording, another half have the my soul app open or whatever. So you're on the camera, you still scrolling through scriptures.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Yep.
It says, "And show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins."
Yeah, that's right, man. That's why we out here, man. Hey, people walk by, every day, man. Like you said, show my people their transgressions and our people their sins, man. All right? So these people, they have no excuse, man. They seeing us live in the flesh, man. Some people, they come, they stop, they look, and they keep it pushing. All right? Some people come, they might ask a couple questions. All right? And so some people, hey, man, they might be come out every week. Next thing you know, they in the camp, man. All right? But we showing ourselves, ourselves out in the public, man. We not hiding. Hey, brothers out here, hey, man, brothers seen they supervisors from work, co-workers, all right? I seen girls I was messing with, you know what I mean? But hey, man, it is what it is, man. You can't be ashamed of the gospel, man.
Yeah.
All right?
See my neighbors walk through, look me in the eye. You know what I mean? Some of them started speaking. They like, yo, man, I see why he didn't like mingle with us that
Right.
much. They didn't say it, but they see.
Right,
They,
right,
brothers
right.
coming through doing the show. The whole you can hear what we
Right.
talking about.
Yeah, bro, that's why I like when I have jobs dealing with Jake. Because, man, when I was working with Edomites and they were seeing me, damn, it was awkward. But
Very be awkward, you know what I'm saying?
awkward, bro.
Because now they're looking at you sideways.
Right.
Now they're looking at you sideways like, what the
They don't
fuck?
even show up to the store.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, now you had a busy ass store. Owner's like, yo,
What
where all the
happened?
customers go?
Yeah.
Bro, I remember one time I helped a customer. It was a dude, his wife, and his kids. He was so friendly. He was right by Columbia. The same day they sold me a can. Because I closed up the store,
Yeah,
ordered
but-
can, they sold me, and they never came back. So I was serious.
You know, but hey, man, it be like that, man. Yeah, it be like
That
that,
shit's
man.
stressful, bro.
Yeah.
It was stressful. I'm not gonna even lie to you because they gonna start wondering, like, yo, we were a busy ass location. The money
Right.
start going down. You kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
aunt stopped by.
I had to
I
get
say,
the fuck
keep
out of
going,
here,
bro.
Yeah.
Yo, my aunt stopped by. I say, yo, keep going. It's not for you.
Right.
I know the 34th. I was like, yo, keep going. It's not for you.
Right. Right.
I had family members pass by, but you know what? My niece was like, yo, why is he standing right there in this cold out here? You know, it's crazy. You got it back.
There's more.
Nah, that was it. Go ahead.
I got something going back to Acts 7:48. This is 2 Chronicles 2:5. And the house which I built is great, for great is our power above all powers. But who is able to build him an house, seeing the heavens of heavens cannot contain him?
Yeah, that,
So-
you go. Right.
So even if we build something today, it can't compare to Solomon's temple.
Right.
So that took years, and the most
Took-
stuff. And
took-
even
well, it
back
took
then,
7
bro,
years,
like,
right?
I didn't believe so.
It took 7 years and 40 years to build this house.
Right. So look at that. You know what I mean? So we can't really compare to that. And even back then, that was King Solomon in his all his glory and wisdom. Like, man, we can't really build. You can try to build a building to the heavens if you want. It's still not enough.
Right.
It says that seeing the heaven and the heavens of heavens cannot contain him, who am I then that I should build him a house, save only to burn sacrifice before him? Yeah, so eventually the house of the Lord was built, but even now that doesn't stand today.
Right.
It wasn't enough. What Solomon was saying was, even though I built this house, it's not enough for me to build sacrifice for the Most High.
I mean,
Because
he built it because the prophet told him to do it, he did it, but at the end of the day, he acknowledged, like, look,
what is this right here? Is this something that's a physical building built, but it can't contain the knowledge of the Most High?
that's how come when you read in Ezekiel about that third temple, that Ezekiel thinking that third temple, it's talking about an actual third temple going to be built.
It's a spiritual temple.
That temple is being built right now. Each member of the elect is a stone for that temple, and Yahweh Shai is a cornerstone for that temple.
That's
So
right.
We are the temple of the Lord. That's scripture tell you that. Each member is a stone. Hey, the apostles were like it on the pillars. You know, just like how you have pillars over the building and such. James, John, and Peter. So
They the pillars. You're right.
same thing, man.
This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah. Jeremiah 2. Start from verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, thus saith the Lord, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in the land that was not sown. So no, that's basically like how the Lord is telling us that we're supposed to go out there and preach His word into the ears of Jerusalem. Jerusalem meaning the nation of Israel, because we are a people before we are a place. So go out there in the highways and byways, preach to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And so it says, I remember thee. It says, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousal, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in the land that was not sown. So the Lord is saying that he remembers us in our youth when we was always eager, just eager to do the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, just doing the best we can in truth and sincerity. You know? Versus, you know, like now, 2/3 of our people, they don't give a damn about the Heavenly Father.
They rather go out there and riot for a goddamn PlayStation 5. They rather go out there and do stupid shit, you know, and get themselves caught up. You could tell Jake is destroyed, man. They was, I mean, this shit is crazy, man. He was on top of somebody's car doing some kind of homo dance, some Jake, you know what I mean? You seen this shit in the video, in the movie? Yo, I did a show in it, man, you know, I put it in my video, you know. Jake is just gone, man, you know. And the Most High is gonna bring death and destruction. That's all Jake respects is fucking violence, man.
So, and then it says, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown, meaning through harsh times, man. You know, so it can even like compare to the seasons, whether it's too cold, it's too hot, or it's raining, or it's kind of snowing. You know, because Jake was out there. But you have some kids, they don't go outside if it's too cold or if it's too hot, or they just don't feel like going. They don't have that love to show their faith through their actions, man. Jeremiah 2:2. It says, "Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I remember thee the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown."
That's going into when they was when they was like going into the land of Israel, but they was not quite there yet. They was in the wilderness, and they was in their youth, meaning they was in their youth. They was in the early stages of them coming to the land, but not everybody made it. Only 2 people made it out of that generation, Caleb and Joshua. Joshua and Caleb, you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that made it. I remember you my youth. In that youth, when you was, read it again?
It says, I remember thee the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals.
Right, so the youth, right? Because, why is it the youth? Because us as a nation was born in Egypt.
Exactly.
So when we were coming out of Egypt into the wilderness, we were really in our youth. We were just starting to be a nation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And they was coming, and then the only ones that really made it in our youth, it says being, I'm saying, read it again, Baba Kashar, slack here, brother.
It says, Jeremiah 2:2, "Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth."
Stop right there, the kindness of thy youth, right? And this is a precept to prove that it's talking about when we're coming out of Egypt. This is Hosea 11:1. "When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt."
That's beautiful.
So that's what it's really going into when we were youth, when we were coming out of the land of Egypt, into the wilderness, right?
That's right.
It says, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown.
Let me go into that word espousals real quick.
Yeah, because you gotta understand something, man. We was in our youth, we was in our infancy, and we was not yet established as a nation. But once we got into the land of Israel, the Lord established us as a nation and gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, even we was in the wilderness, the Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments by the way of Moses and the land of Hirah. You know what I'm saying?
Read that part about the espousals.
It says, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals.
Right, now espousals is going into a bride, right? What's that going into? That's going into the covenant, right? The covenants that we had, right? That's what really made us that bride. That's what made us that joint onto the Most High.
That's right.
Right? Because the scriptures tell you, Jeremiah 31:32, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them out by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's really going into when we're coming out of Egypt as a youth. You know, that browser being a covenant we made it with the Lord. Go ahead.
It says, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was
went this after me. What was that going back to? The Lord was a pillar of cloud by day and a fiery
And a fire by night.
the fire by night, which is going into the chariots, meaning back in the ancient world, shit got pitch black. You know, if you third world country, it's not like Times Square where the shit is constantly lit up, you can't see stars. Back then it gets pitch black.
They didn't have street lamps.
Yeah, and you out in the wilderness, but when you are in the wilderness, there's nobody else really out there. You know what I'm saying? To really setting up a tent or setting up a lamp, shit get dark.
All right, case in point.
What's up, brother?
It's like
The
it.
Lord had the chariots giving light, but really that light wasn't to guide them, it was to fuck with them. Have them going around pretty much in the wilderness and let the wicked ones, or those not die out. Right?
Going in a circle. But
Pretty
case in
much,
point,
yeah,
when you
because the chariot could have just put them right to the homeland.
case in point, when you driving on South 95 and you traveling for miles, travel from different states to state. Once it get dark, it's pitch black. You gotta put on your high beams just so you to see.
Well, do this. Read the next part. What it says when it says thou wentest after me, it says what?
it says, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown.
In a land, in a land that was not sown. I mean, there was nobody there to till the land and sow the land. So that's what I was saying. I'm saying it was abandoned area. If you had a land that was sown,
A desolate wilderness.
if you had a land that was sown, people setting up tents. Okay, we passed this location already. You kind of have a sense of where we're at.
Right.
But if you in a land where nobody has really sown yet, nothing. You don't know what's what. You don't know what shit's looking similar.
Right.
Chariots is fucking with you. So there was, you know what I mean?
Because you gotta understand something. If a place was sown and they had tents, I'm quite sure they would have a log there with some fire to have some light so they could see what's going on that night, you know what I mean? But it was unsown because that was the wilderness, you know?
Yeah, if it was sown, you could say, look, I've been here. Oh, we passed this house. We passed that travel. Hey, traveler, where am I? None of that. It wasn't sown yet. Yeah. What, you got one, brother?
I got one.
Now, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, we can probably share this one.
Now, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight. I've been drinking water. I've been drinking water all day. I've been pissing like a racehorse, man. But anyway, yeah, man. So the wilderness was a place where Jake was in his youth, and after the wilderness, the only two people that made it out of the wilderness out of that whole generation, the Most High killed it because the Most High found out that whole generation was wicked, and the only two made it out of there was Caleb and Joshua.
That's why the Lord had to give the manna out of heaven. There was no, you cannot buy this from me, that from me, water, system for me, none of that.
And they was murmuring against Moses and murmuring against the credit that the Most High was giving them out of the manna that the Most High was giving them out of the heavens. They was murmuring because why? Jake is wicked, man. They wanted to go back to Egypt to receive that good food they was eating, man.
Yeah, but the manna was good.
Yeah, but of course the manna was good. It was quail. It was, you know what I'm saying? Of course, man. Come on.
About the angel food. I'm gonna give you a scripture right there about the
Angel's food, it's good, man. It will satisfy you.
This is how it tastes. It tastes like whatever you want it to taste. This is Wisdom of Solomon 16:20. Instead, whereof thou fettest thine own people with angels' food, and didst send them from heaven bread prepared without their labor, able to content every man's delight and agreeing to every taste.
So that means you want a turkey?
That's what it tastes like. You want a burger? And you didn't have to labor for it. You ain't fucking wait on a line at Wendy's and nah, man, you didn't have to labor for it. You had to go out and work and spend money for it. It was food according to your taste.
Yo,
And these rebellious ass niggas wasn't with it. Yo, you know what? I'm gonna say something, bro. You see them so-called Jews, the fact that they don't get lineups and shit like that, and that was proof that they're not people of the Lord. Because Jake has a rebellious nature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them so-called Jews keep a lot of laws better than a lot of guys call themselves Israelites. You know what I mean? They'll really get a separate apartment, a separate bed for their woman, and they're doing all that. But that, in doing that, proves that they're not real Jake. Jake is rebellious. Jake can't help but, I know the Lord said don't have dreads, but I'm gonna grow my dreads and trying to. There's a rebellious nature in Jake. I remember Corral said this years ago. He was like, if you want Jake to stop eating pork, all you have to do is say the Lord said thou shalt eat pork. And they'll stop doing it because they're just fucking rebellious by nature.
Right. Yeah, this is a rebellious people, man.
And that's a fucking nasty ass animal to eat, man. You see what they eat? It was a video, real quick. I need to go back to the scripture. It was a video that this dude on the farm, right? He was like, this show you that pigs is not to be eaten. I don't eat pork. He's an Edomite.
Right.
He could have been a jig. He said, I don't eat pork. And he fed the fucking pigs 2 rats that he caught. They was dead for days. They was fighting over that rat, and they devoured that rat. He said, this is what you eating. They eat anything. He had a fucking couple of pigs on the farm. He said what he said was they dispose of all the garbage and the junk on the farm. So I'm not gonna consume no animal that does that. That's what he said, man. He said they devour and consume all the junk and all the filth off the farm.
Right.
So I'm not gonna consume nothing that consume the filth off the farm. I'm not gonna eat that.
This is Isaiah 30. This is Isaiah 30, verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children.
Yeah. It said this is a rebellious people, man. So our people are you know, I don't say naturally rebellious, but that's what it is, man. All right, they naturally rebellious. You know, they wicked, man. All right, the Lord, He created. He's talking about the pig. All right, He created these animals for a certain reason, man. All right, He created the pig for what, man? You got garbage trucks and garbage disposal. That's what the pig is here for.
Yeah, you got your Flintstones?
He literally just said that.
Oh, you said okay.
Yeah. Basically, like what they do is like they'll have like their garbage disposal will be like a dinosaur pig.
Right.
You know, so they would just all the trash, they just throw it on the drain, and the pig would just eat it up, man. Like, so even back then they show you in the cartoons, this is what pigs do. And if I'm not mistaken too, pigs don't have sweat glands.
Right.
So everything that they eat, because typically like
That's why they have to be in the mud.
Yeah, like when we
cool them
sweat.
off.
Yeah, like when we sweat, our body sweats out the toxins. Pigs, their body retain everything, all the poison. And then even from, I remember back then, I used to always ask, like back when, like when I was younger, growing up back home, and we had pigs on the farm, and they would cook it. And I'd be like, why I gotta like soak it and cook it so long?
Right.
And they would tell it to try to get out some of the toxin. And I'm just like, it never clicked in my mind, but you gotta you gotta cook it a certain way because
Some of them, they eat them chitlins and they constantly try cleaning and cleaning, but that smell is still there.
Right.
You know?
I never eat that.
all
Yeah.
the toxins in it, man.
Not everything is meant to eat. Look, the horse was put on the earth for you to ride.
Right.
You don't ride a pig, you ride a horse. You know what I'm saying? There's different animals that was put on the earth to serve purposes. A dove is a messenger.
Right.
All right? The pig was not put on earth for us to be consuming and put in a fucking egg sandwich.
Right.
All right? It was meant to clean up and, you know.
It says back in Isaiah 30 and 9 that this is a rebellious people, lying children that would not hear the law of the Lord.
Yeah, that's the last thing our people want to hear, man. They want to hear the Lord of the Lord. They don't want to hear the Lord of the Lord. They gonna listen to all type of wicked ass shit. All right, but when it comes to righteousness and obeying the law statutes of Yahweh Shai, all right, that's when you want to be rebellious. All right, that's when you want to do your own thing. When it comes to righteousness, why is it so good then? Everyone's supposed to like, yo, bro, don't be simple, man. All right.
Yeah, the other nations are not rebellious like that. That's why
Right.
the scripture says that the other nations know any other God, which aren't gods.
Right.
Jacob is the one that's constantly dibbling and dabbling, going astray, pretty much praying a hard one.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I was just like, thinking about it like, yo, those so-called Jews, they really like, they'll get no line, they'll be on it. They're a woman and they fucking got the woman shaving their head trying to feel Isaiah. They really on it. But I'm like, that proves that they're not the real people. The real people are rebellious, man.
Right.
The real people are going to struggle with keeping the laws.
Jake come up here like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
If I could even add too, most of the food that Jake eat is because that's what the slave masters fed them back in those times, like the worst of the worst.
Right.
So I just Googled something real quick. I typed in why was lobster fed to slaves? So it says their abundance also meant colonists had easy access to protein during bad seasons or harvest. It says so lobster quickly garnered the reputation as the poor man's meal. They were fed to prisoners. So basically the food that Esau deems a delicacy now was once upon a time slave food, man.
Well, it talk about in Jamaica how lobsters and crab was deemed the worst of the worst, but they made it to a delicacy because it was in abundance. That's like you said. It was in abundance, so they made it to a delicacy, and a lot of Jakes adapted that because it was the poor man's food. It was easy, if you starving, it was easy to, because on the beach, they used to be crawling on the beach and everything. You know, so, like, you know how crabs be on the beach, they snatch them up, you know what I'm saying, and boil them and cook them and eat it. So it was easy for them to do that and get full. So, but then it became a delicacy, you know what I'm saying? Then it became a pastime. Esau is the devil. They will seek the benefit over anything. So what they did was, okay, these people are eating this shit, so why not collect it and charge them over it? Instead of having to be freely available for them, let us snatch them up, you know, and start charging these fucking niggas for this shit.
That was the rich man's food, you know? Eating fucking snails.
Now it's a delicacy, you know what I mean?
Spiders and just
A snail, snails, fucking oysters,
escargot. No, that's escargot. How you call it? Caviar, right? Frog legs.
yeah, frog legs, snails, lobsters, oysters, what is it? Snails, crabs, oysters, clams. That's all an abomination unto the Lord, man.
Fish.
And then back in the days in the early 80s, I was born in 74. So the 80s and the early 90s, that was a delicacy for people to go to Coney Island and get crab legs. What? No, not crab legs, frog legs. What? Frog legs? You know? Eating that shit amphibian. You're not supposed to eat an amphibian, man. And how you call it? An amphibian, which is fucking.
I remember too, like growing up in the hood, like for a little bit. Like if you had regular fried rice, that's lawful, but you really had money if you could put pork shrimp fried rice in there.
Right,
So now you know, like, damn, you had some abominable shit, but there's a lot of people in that situation where you could get pork shrimp fried rice. That's like more money, and they see it like, yo, you got a little bit more money, but really you just add an abomination to what would be a clean meal.
Right, and that's why the scriptures say, "Woe unto you that call could you get that? Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto you that call evil good, good and good for evil." You know what I mean? That's how Esau do it, man. All right, you push abominable foods. How you go to a restaurant and the lobster is the most expensive thing on the menu? I got you. Say, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Yeah, that's right, man, and that's what the so-called white man does, man. He turns shit upside down. All right, he turns it upside down, man. All right.
That's what this devil does.
Yeah,
He's the fucking devil.
Yeah, a lot of people out here. You go to a restaurant. Oh, $150 for a giant lobster or some shit. Like, what the hell are you talking about, man?
GMO wanted that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
You know?
you take the average nigga woman out or the average chick out, they're gonna listen. If they ain't paying for it, you taking them out. If they ain't paying for it, they're gonna order the most expensive fucking meal, crab legs. They're gonna order the fucking big ass crab legs.
Alaskan crab legs.
The crab legs. They're gonna order lobster. They're gonna order shrimp. They're gonna order shrimp scampi, which is shrimp with the
Pasta and all
with the
that.
pasta, even with the rice.
Everything that throws off their pH
Every-
balance,
You should
man.
not be at no point, brothers, taking some bitch out, in my opinion. If you're not fucking, yo, bro, like I can't sit down and watch a bitch enjoying some food and knowing pussy not guaranteed. I will not enjoy the meal. I'm not gonna, brothers. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna take someone, take your woman out. Take somebody that's proved, like, you know what I mean? But
It was
I'm
one.
not taking her out to eat. We're not
They
gonna
say we
fuck.
both had a good time. No, we didn't both have
Yo,
a good time.
it was one Jake.
I got you. I took a bitch out to IHOP, and I never forget. She was years ago. She was cute, whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna take a, and I'm just seeing her fucking eat. And I'm like, yo, I'm not fucking like, yo, what's going on? I just felt weird, bro. So
So it was this dude, right? he took this chick out. It was on TikTok. He took this chick out, a nigga woman. He took her out, and they was on like a roof somewhere overlooking. Out. It could have been LA, it could have been Miami, but it was like a good view. But they seen the whole city, and she was like twerking her neck and doing all this. Right? He said, "I'll be right back," because he was catching her in mad lies. And she was like, he said, "My culture." She was like, "Oh, look at you! You trying to be a detective?" So he was like, so somebody text him or something. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "I gotta take this phone call. I'll be right back. Plus I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back." So the nigga dipped out. So now she like, oh, so the lady came with the now came to find out his meal was like $60. This bitch meal was over $300 because she was eating. What she ordered was immaculate. Remember the big $150 crab. You know, lobster, $150 lobster, the big ass lobster. She eating it, and he went to the bathroom. She was like, "Oh, look at this right here. Look at this right here." She filming this shit, right? She's choking her neck and everything, not knowing this nigga broke out. So she got stuck with the bill. So she was like, she called them. It was like, "Your phone number, this phone cannot be completed as dial." You know, like that. Check the number. So he blocked her. So she was like, "I know this nigga." She said, "I know this man didn't leave me with this bill." So she had to pay the bill. She was like, She slammed her car down, and she was like, "Nigga with me." You know what I'm saying, I was happy that he did that to her, because he was catching her in mad lies. And she was like, "Oh, look at you trying to be a detective. Don't worry about that. We having a good time, right?" So he was like, and she got a phone call or a text. He was like, "You know what? I gotta take this phone call. Plus I gotta use the bathroom, so I'll be right back." She's like, "Sure. Don't worry about it. Sure, I'm enjoying myself. Come back, you can eat your meal." He ate his meal, right? And nigga got up. Once he ate his meal, 'cause he ordered a small plate. And he ate his meal, and he was eating all that crab. She had that big ass fucking lobster with the big ass fucking claws, $150 claws. She was eating that shit, shaking her head, twerking her head. You know these women.
What's some shit say? They crack the shit open?
Shit, the little hammer. We gotta wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we gonna call it like that. You can wrap it up, bro.
Proverbs 17:15, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord.
That's great, man. So with that, we'll end it off. All praises due to the Most High.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Shah, Ba'ashem, Bakak, Badash.
Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom, Baba Bo.